What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one of Lucky Strike Living. What are you crying for? Welcome back to Lucky Strike Living. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon and we're gonna try and go diving, but the weatherman looks like he was really wrong. So 5-mile-an-hour winds, it's white capping, so we're gonna do the best we can. But we've got fishing gear, dive gear, spear guns. We're gonna see if my wife can shoot her first fish.
We'll try.
We're gonna see. But the weather does not look like it's gonna cooperate for us, so we might only get a couple miles offshore. The water has been super clear for the west coast, which is about 10 feet of viz. It's nothing like the Keys or the Bahamas, but we're gonna do our best. And it did rain last night, so that could change everything, but who knows? But it's a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Nowhere. But thought you guys would like to join along, and it looks like the water's really clear over there, so who knows. But wanted to bring you guys along, and we're going to enjoy a beautiful Sunday with just the two of us and the dog, and we are going to jam to some music, head offshore, and we will see you guys there. So we got to our spot. We are 7 miles offshore here in the Gulf of Mexico, and the water is pretty clear. It was clear a little bit closer, but our spots out here are a little bit better. And we are in a grand total of 35 feet. 7 miles offshore. So when you see us show you the bottom at 100 feet, 120 feet, that's a long ways. What are you whining for? Are you okay? So, if you don't know, my name is Gordy. I am a charter captain here in Naples, and this is my buddy Rip. He is my first mate on all of my trips. And we are gonna get all of our dive gear set, and we're gonna hop in the water and see what we can find. See you guys at the bottom.
What? I really don't know what to say. I don't.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to be brave. I haven't done this since lobster season last year. Oh gosh.
All right, so we've got our stuff on. We're gonna send her over. I'm gonna put my stuff on, and then we're all going to the bottom together. Hopefully we can shoot a fish. First fish, only fish, maybe.
We'll try. Maybe.
All right, put the gauge overboard. Thing in your mouth, hold that. And just hold on the ladder. Yep. Alright, you guys, spot number 2, first spot, super dirty water. And if you ever have had your ears clog up and you can't pop them, Aubrey had that, so we couldn't get quite to the bottom. So I'm going to jump down here, spot number 2. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer for you guys. Shoot a couple fish for dinner, then we're gonna try and hit some really shallow spots so she can get in the water and just dive a little bit.
How far was I from the bottom?
8 feet?
Yeah.
10 feet at the most. But any divers out there, you know what it's like. It's horrible. You want no part of it. So she's going to stay in the boat this time. I'm going to jump in the water, and I'm going to bring you guys along.
I was following the anchor rope down. It felt pretty good. And then I just couldn't get my right ear to clear to a place where I felt comfortable. And then so I got it a little bit, and then we kept going down. And when I guess we were 8 or 10 feet away from the bottom, could not get that thing to clear, and it started hurting a little bit. And I started freaking out a little bit. I had to remind myself to just like relax and just stay put, move up a little bit, keep trying. And we kind of just worked our way up, slowly trying to get it to clear. And when we couldn't, we just came back up, and now we're trying a new spot. Okay. Babe, where'd it go?
You drop it.
Rip, where's that going? Like, I just cannot.
What's up, guys, and welcome underwater in the Gulf of Mexico. Like I said earlier, we are about 7 to 8 miles offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, and we are going to dive a small little ledge here to look for some dinner so Aubrey and I can go into some super shallow water and see if she can get in the water and enjoy the day. The visibility at this spot seemed to be really good for our area, so I'm going to let this video roll just a little bit and have you guys enjoy a beautiful dive here in the Gulf of Mexico. One really important tip that I can give you guys when you are diving is when you get to the bottom, go straight to your anchor. Oh, I got distracted. There's a big gag grouper over there. But when you get to the bottom, go straight to your anchor and make sure it's not hung up in a rock or could potentially get hung up when you're trying to pull your anchor. Because the worst thing in the world is for you to end your dive, get back to the boat, and realize that you have to go back down and unhook your anchor. I want you guys to remember this picture. and in just a couple minutes I'll show you why. You guys might have seen him in the video, but I didn't in real life. I heard a Goliath grouper make his drum noise and I couldn't find him. So I'm going to slow it down here so you can see it. He's underneath this ledge. So do you remember that picture that I told you to remember? If not, here it is. This is a picture of my band on my gun and how worn it is there at the bottom. So as we said, this is our first dive of the year. Our water temperatures are starting to warm up, and unfortunately I did not check the condition of my bands, and they're pretty worn, pretty dry rotted, so the gun does not have the firepower that it typically would, and that snapper paid the price for it. I hate when fish pull off the spear. You have a wounded fish swimming out there somewhere, but it is a lesson learned, and hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and check your bands, make sure to have extras, and this won't happen to you. Most of our spots here in the Gulf of Mexico are pretty small. Most places, like the Keys or Fort Lauderdale, east coast of Florida, your ledges, cracks can be pretty big. But as you can tell, now the ledge is on my left side, so I've already gone from one end to the other, and now I'm circling back and going to make the same run. So obviously the ledge is going to be on my left-hand side. the end of your dive, be sure, if you can, to check your anchor again, because sometimes it slips a little bit. Because I'm telling you, the worst thing is to finish your dive, get all your gear off, be ready to move to the next spot, and your anchor get hung in the rocks. So if possible, check it every time you go by it, and make sure that that does not happen to you.
You get anything?
Got you a nice hogfish.
Ooh!
And a nice little mangrove.
Wow! Got 2 shots?
We're not hungry no more. Hi, baby.
Dad, I was so worried about you.
I'm okay.
Dad, I watched your bubbles.
All right, that was pretty cool. I hope you guys saw the gags. Bunch of gags off in the distance. Great to see those around. One nice hog snapper, one mangrove, and that's plenty enough for my wife and I for a nice little dinner. So we're gonna go inshore. Hopefully she can get her ears cleared in like that 18 to 20 foot range, and it is clearer the closer you get to shore. At least it was a couple hours ago. So we're gonna head in just a little bit, enjoy this beautiful day, and go see what else we can find. Did you get a nap? No.
I was watching your bubbles.
Watching my bubbles.
Can't leave you hanging.
Here's a bubble watcher. Alright guys, we're heading inshore so Aubrey can do her diving. Remember, there was not a cloud in the sky? Well, that's where it was. And Aubrey doesn't know it, but we're headed straight to a rainstorm and she can't see it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to tell her or not. We'll see. But that's how fast the weather can change here in Florida. Especially down south, it can be beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, and then all of a sudden, an hour later, bang, rainstorm. But this one's not bad. It's real little, but it would be kind of funny to get her soaked. I'll show you. What happened?
Rainy.
Your husband didn't tell you that it was gonna rain?
He mentioned it briefly.
At 21 feet. That should be good.
In the rain?
You're already gonna be wet.
Here we go. Round 2. We're gonna see, how deep are we?
20 feet.
20 feet. So a solid, what, 10 to 12? Less.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Just, man, I got real tired from that first round and I didn't even make it to the bottom, so we need to game up here.
See ya.
Okay. Oh, God. Why is it so terrible every time? It's so stupid. Just get in the water. It's so dumb. Like, I know it's dumb. Logically, I'm aware that this is stupid. And yet, I'm like, go! And I don't go.
Are you alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as you can tell, Aubrey is a fairly new diver and she's still a little bit worried about everything involved in diving, which is totally understandable. But one tip I can give all new divers is to follow the rope down to the bottom. It gives you a little bit of security, and if you struggle with popping your ears, it will let you stay at exactly the same depth and work on popping them. most important parts of spearfishing is being able to identify each species as well as the size limits that each of those species have to be. And I could tell very early on that Aubrey was unsure because obviously she did not want to break the law and get in trouble. So I had to be out in front of her just a little bit and help her and point out fish that were of the right species and the right size. So obviously I am incredibly proud of my wife that she killed her first fish, but I have no idea how she hit this fish. As you can see in this video, it jumps way before the gun even goes off. So either she predicted where the fish was gonna be, or the good Lord above was looking after her on this shot. Alright y'all, as you saw, she did it. We made it to the bottom, 20 feet. Took a little bit to get her ears fixed, but she shot her first fish.
I did. It was nice. It was pretty cool down there. Culverts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw snook, saw little Goliath. How big do you think that thing was?
100 pounds.
Yeah. It looked big underwater, but
It looked big underwater.
but it's not as big as
Some
they
big
get.
barracudas.
I barely saw that. My mask was fogging up. We got to figure out a way to not let my mask fog up that much because he was pointing stuff out and I was having to look really hard. But I shot one
Mangrove, yep.
yeah.
But you guys have already seen it. She hasn't yet. She shot. No, the fish jumped. She shot, and the fish jumped into her spear.
I haven't seen the evidence yet, so I'm not convinced.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened when you guys just saw it in slow motion. So you guys are laughing before she is. But first fish, what do you think? Enjoyable?
Yeah, it was pretty cool down there.
Recommended?
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Good.
I just have to get to the bottom. I have to get over this part, bailing over the edge, and I just gotta get to the bottom. And once I get down there, it's usually pretty cool. I stop thinking about breathing so much. And it's pretty neat. It's pretty fun.
So we did it. Mission successful. We got plenty of room. And you guys can probably tell we have to go that way. And there's a nice storm coming. So we're gonna wrap this up really quick. And we're hopefully gonna get in before that storm gets here. Play some fish. And we're buffet.
I want grand buffet.
Grand buffet
Yeah.
over fresh.
I've been thinking about that for 4 hours now.
Fresh fish is not as good as China buffet.
No. It's delicious. I love fresh fish. I don't want to have to wait to cook it and clean it and all the stuff. I want to just go in and get a heaping plate of lo mein.
All right, y'all, as promised, we are here in the kitchen and we're gonna cook her first shot with a spear gun, official kill in the water.
Guess which one is mine? The one with the hole in it.
That one. So, like we said, yesterday we did the spearfishing. Today I did have a charter and the fishing was phenomenal. So I was able to catch some really nice mangroves and we added those to this. So instead of the fish sandwiches that we promised you, we're gonna show you our absolute favorite fish recipe. Fish tacos for my wife.
Rip, just slip over, bud.
Fish burritos for me. Our favorite. If you ever want a fish recipe, you need to do this. So we're gonna do tacos / burritos. So we're going to cut all of these fillets into little pieces, just like that. Hey, you cut it perfect, my dear.
I knew what I was doing.
You know exactly what we're doing. So we're gonna cut all of these fillets into little bite-sized pieces so they lay nice and flat in our tortillas. And once we get done with that, we're going to season them up, put them in our pan that is getting ready with some butter, and it's going to be delicious. All right, so we've got all of our fish cut up into long, slender pieces. It's not going to take long. So if you look at my pan, the butter is melted and it's almost burnt. Haven't seasoned anything yet, but we're in a hurry and we are hungry, so we're going to put as much as we can into this pan. Give it a little shake. Get one of these doohickeys. So for Aubrey and myself, we like to have 2 pans of fish for our tacos. So this is 1 full pan, and then our next batch will be another full pan, which will feed us both perfectly. While that's cooking, very light on the seasoning because tacos / burritos have a lot of flavor. So salt. Nope, that was pepper. This is salt. And I've got my pan on wide open, as hot as it'll go. Because you saw how narrow those pieces are, it's not going to take long to cook these fish. And you got to have extra butter in your nonstick pan so these pieces don't stick. So give it probably 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes on this side. Then we're going to flip it real quick and it will be done. Always move your fish, because if they sit on one spot, even with a nonstick pan, they will stick a little bit. So give it a little shake. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes and I'm almost done flipping them, but you can see the nice crispy edge we've got going. So the important part is to crisp that first edge really, really quickly, because if you cook the fish on one side till it's almost cooked and then you try and flip it, they just fall apart. So you try and sear that first side really quickly so the fish is still kind of firm, and then you finish the majority of the cooking on the second side. And remember, always keep your fish moving. Smells delicious, don't it? Mm-hmm. And it's almost done, so we're going to get our first round taken care of, and then as soon as we take this out and put it on there, this round is going in. All right, that was about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes per side. Give it a nice little shake. Put everything right in there. Pretty close. While your pan's hot, grab your second batch. Throw it in there with a little bit of butter. Keep your fish moving. Don't let it stick to your pan. Add a little bit more butter. We're going to do the same thing to these. You don't need to see it, but we're going to do exactly the same techniques, same thing, spices, and we're going to see you when we are plating all of this stuff. All right, round 2 is complete. Can you smell that? I wish you could. Let's see if we can fit it all on one plate. Pretty much. Okay. Burrito going in with the leftover fish and butter. So a lot of people like a little bit of crunch. in their tortillas, on their tortillas, in their tacos. So I'm just gonna warm it up because I got a special surprise for our tacos. All right, my tortilla is buttered and warmed up a little bit. So we've got fish, diced mango, homemade guacamole, yum yum sauce, jasmine rice, and tortilla chips. So I'm gonna do mine the way I like it, and then my wife is gonna do hers. But I like big burritos, fish burritos. You probably never had a fish burrito before, but I have. They are my favorite. So just a little bit of rice.
A little bit of rice.
Then we're gonna go with our fish right on top. That is very hot on my fingers. A little bit of fish. Then I'm gonna go with some diced mango. Right on top, just like that. Boom. Then I'm gonna go avocado and guac. It's kind of the same thing.
We're not gonna be able to close that thing.
Yeah. Spread that out. Then yum yum sauce, homemade. A little drizzle, a little razzle dazzle, a little more. Then for my secret, I told you guys I was going to give you a secret. Here's what you do. Come over here. Put this right here, and you do it over the sink so you don't make a mess. And you go, because you got to have a little bit of a crunch in your tacos. You'll make a mess, so you throw the rest in there. Then here's the technique. Take this end, fold it in just like that. Then this end goes over just like that. And if you need to push stuff around a little bit, you fold that in just like that. Can't tell you how good this is.
That was a big bite.
It's so good. It's our favorite. No doubt about it. Now,
Mine? Okay.
it's her turn. She's gonna warm up her tortilla and we'll get right back with you.
Alright. I do the smaller tortilla because I like to make 2 or 3 tacos out of this. So.
Oh, by the way, that's one of 3.
3, my goodness.
3.
So I'm gonna get started. I honestly make mine very similar to Gordon's. The order, we perfected this recipe during COVID when we were home. Because lucky for us, we could go on the boat. So we ate a lot of fish during 2020. And so we perfected our recipe, which is the rice. Yummy. Okay, and then I put my fish in there. Oh, whoopsies. Make them, these long pieces just make it so much easier to like fill it in. Okay, let me get some mango. Get all that in there. There you go. Some guac, which Gordon says my mom taught him this, but it's just crushed up avocado with some salsa mixed in. I didn't know this about my mom, but he said he learned it from her. So shout out Denise, you know? And then the yum yum sauce really makes it. I need more of that. It really just adds a little bit of kick, but the mango keeps it nice and sweet. I will not win any presentation awards when it comes to my taco making, but the flavor profile of these tacos is so good. You get sweet, you get the crunch of the fish. I don't put chips in mine. I don't want to mess with that. Drama. Yeah, no, it's just really, really good. They're very filling, but we haven't had tacos like this in how long?
Been a while.
Like a really long time. We've been doing those sandwiches, which have been delicious, but there's nothing like this.
It's really that good, guys. If you haven't tried fish or you want to try something new, follow that recipe to the T. I'll do my best. I think I'm going to add the yum yum sauce recipe in the description. No, I'm gonna put a picture of it right here somewhere. Over yonder. But we are gonna make a couple more. She jumped ahead of me. I was supposed to be next.
Mine are smaller. And, oh gosh, it's really hot.
But that is all we have for you guys today. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe. We love all the comments. We love all the likes. We really appreciate it. If you want some Lucky Strike merch, it is on our website. T-shirts, long sleeve performance, spinning rods, conventional rods, and we'd love for you to join the family.
If there's anything you guys want to see in the store, let us know. Because we kind of just did it and seeing what works.
If you want some hats, maybe comment some hats, but comment below. Summer is coming, so there's going to be more diving, more adventures, a little bit less charters because we do slow down in the summertime a little bit. So if you want to see us do anything adventuring, diving, leave it in the comments below. Give us some ideas. We love all the support. We will catch you guys next week. Bye.